Greetings, this is Revere Sky, Revere Sky's Essence. So, the topic is about Gotham City moving down the eastern seaboard. Yes, that's right. Gotham City moving down the eastern seaboard. Now, Gotham City has really moved to Florida. The obelisk in Jacksonville, Florida, got bought for 13 million by a New York corporation. And I'm like, why did they sell that so cheap? 13 million. And then the fact that it's 13, that just shows you how powerful an area is. So all I can do is think about this lady who was talking about all the melanated people in Gotham City. All the melanated people in Gotham City were like being replaced by Africans and stuff that wanted to mimic the American spirit, but really couldn't. You know what I mean? So, I look at like these very tall buildings that like are really empty, but up the cold, like you can see like certain little buildings are being occupied now, and you can tell by the way they got the advertisement and stuff, or just the wall. Just something about it just speaks Gotham City. Okay. So something about it just speaks Gotham City. And another thing is I love wearing black, and I really love wearing black after leaving Venice Beach, Hollywood, LA area. I really like the mood, right? But that mood has moved to this country town. That sleek in black Gotham City vibe has moved to Jacksonville, but it's more country and mediocre type. It ain't all the way there yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Like, there's no way around it. So for people that don't understand, okay, you got VA loans and all that type of stuff. You got the HUD program and stuff, but let's just talk about what people normally get, and that's either a conventional loan or FHA loan, right? So I realized that there's a lot of remodeled homes that are being sold, but only to investors. Only investors are buying homes over the market price. And so I was checking on a home because I didn't want to go so fast and get a mobile home. But I've decided to just stick with the mobile homes. But I wanted to check on a few homes. And I asked about the offers on the homes. Okay? And when you ask about these offers on the homes, most people say, oh, they're under contract pending with an investor. And I'm like, really? So an investor paid this much for this home? And they'll be like, yeah. So I'm saying, this is what's going on with Jacksonville. You don't have to believe me. This is what's going on with a lot of major cities, especially on the eastern seaboard. If it's happening in Jacksonville, it's been replicated other places. So they got to move all these people out of these major cities, whether that be LA, Houston, Dallas, New York, Chicago, Detroit. You know, they're moving these people out of these major cities. And understand this, these are renters. They have no obligation to own anything. All they know is renting. Okay? They'll buy a condo or they'll buy an apartment, something that's similar to a timeshare, except for they like to live in buildings like colonies and stuff. They don't know too much about buying land and having a place to stay out in the wilderness. No, no, no. They more like sleek brick and mortar type deals that are clustered up. Okay, that's just how their psyche roll. But right now, nothing but investors are buying up everything. There is nothing on the market. I just went to a neighborhood. They put the houses up so fast in this neighborhood. So I waited about 6 months to go back. I said, oh, they done building. I went in there to get the address so I can look and see how much the house is sold for in the neighborhood. They're all for rent. They are all for rent. They are tri-level, multi-family homes, and they're all for rent. You see for rent signs. So we pulled up to this melanated gentleman, and I said, excuse me, are all y'all renting? And he said, yes. Literally, people have so much cash that they can buy land wholesale, build houses wholesale, and rent them out. Meaning they'll make more money by renting 30 years than they can by selling the house. So if they're renting each home $2,200 to $2,500, but these homes are so big, they're probably even $3,000 a month. But just think about that. $3,000 a month. Let me just do the math. And the reason why these investors are buying these homes, because when you have a new breed of people come in, I'm multitasking. I'm like calculating this. 3,000 times 12. That's $36,000 a year times 30. They're making $1 million off each home. And they probably put up each home for like $80,000. The material probably cost about $50,000, and they probably did $75,000 in labor. They probably they got these homes on wholesale with a contractor. Trust me, and believe me, they're gonna make $1 million off each home in 30 years, and they probably didn't spend over more than $150,000 per home. This is how your money add up. I don't even think they spent $150,000 a home. I think they got each home built for like $100,000. Yeah. And see, usually when you have a neighborhood and they're doing new builds, usually the person buy the home and then they build it. Because the way they built them sporadically all over, like they didn't do them all in a row and go back in a row. No, no, no. They sporadically built them all over. Like this person picked where they wanted their plot. This person picked where they wanted their plot. They didn't build them all like lined up going around into the neighborhood. No, no, no. They built them all over. Like somebody was literally buying these homes, but they're all for rent. And you never know. Somebody probably did buy the homes, but they all agreed to renting them. Okay. Another thing, when somebody buy a home for $250,000, this is where I need to get on the conventional loan. A conventional loan means that the house does not meet all the requirements and codes of a FHA loan. So FHA loan is more strict because the family or the person really has to live in the home. It's like a 6-month rule where you got to live in this home for 6 months, or else you're breaking the mortgage, you're breaking the loan. Okay. A conventional loan is where it doesn't have to meet all the requirements to actually be approved for the loan. So, meaning they could do all the cosmetic looks to this home, but it may not have the wiring upgrades. It may not have the new plumbing upgrades. It may not have a roof that's so many years old. So, a lot of these homes are being sold to investors because a lot of families that are local in the area are only being approved for FHA loans. And that's kind of a bad thing. But if you got a family, you want to make sure your home up to code and that it's going to last a very long time. So these conventional loans, they're just cosmetically making the home available to be sold under a mortgage. Whereas if you want a family to live in there, it has to be up to code through FHA, unless that family is willing to buy that home through a conventional loan, but they'll never be able to sell it through FHA unless they get it up to code for FHA. You get what I'm saying? So in the process, I've noticed there's nothing but a bunch of investors buying all the homes. And where are they coming from? They're coming from Gotham City. Trust me, they're coming from Gotham City. And these homes that they're willing, like, oh, what the heck? Yeah, we'll give you $250,000. $250,000 to them is like $50,000. Okay, they're like, what? You're gonna give me all this land and you're gonna give me this home? Don't worry about doing any more remodeling or trying to get this up to code. 9 out of 10, they're gonna tear it down. I promise you, they're gonna tear it down and build some high rise or something. Listen clearly. How did this work? When that girl was talking about they bring Africans in to replace the American spirit, same goes with Florida or Jacksonville. You know, you're going to start herding all these people in, and while people are sitting around acting all comfortable like they shit don't stink, these people with this old money and this new money, I mean this long money, are just going to come in replacing people. Straight up. You'll never see it coming. Like, people are like, dang, what happened to that neighborhood? What happened to that neighborhood? Don't you know your daily paycheck, weekly paycheck to paycheck? These people have been paying millions of dollars and never owned a motherfucking thing in Gotham City, okay? Down here, they don't want to own nothing either. They just want to buy everything up and capitalize off the area, okay? Let me tell you something. Spiritually, people need to really, really, really get uncomfortable because so many different rules and regulations and scamdemics, because we have scamdemics like every month all across the nation. They can convert the spirit of a place, okay? Like, you're going to have new thieves, new crooks, new masterminds, new everything in your territory. It's no different from Katrina hit in New Orleans, and then all of a sudden you heard about all these killings and murders and bull crap. It's the same thing. When those people spread out, and the way they think and their mentality and the way they prey on folks and the way they hustle and bustle is totally different from the laid-back community of that area. And they say that 1,000 people is moving to Jacksonville every single day. Jacksonville has over 1 million people and over 1 million square miles, and they don't even have 1,000 homes for sale. And then they're building all of these big old complexes. I mean, huge complexes. Crazy complexes. I mean, I've never seen nothing like it. It's like 50 buildings on one complex. And I'm like, the vibration is going to shift. The energy and the essence is going to shift. When you see people and look at people, they not from there. They not from there. It's just like Atlanta, how they just start herding people in. They even have billboards. They even have billboards. I'm one of them. I came from California and I'm from Georgia. I didn't want to go to Atlanta. You know what I mean? If everybody want to go to one place, I don't want to go there. Okay? So, just the same way they started herding people to Atlanta, New York, and LA, it's the same way now they're herding people down south. They're herding them down south. People are bypassing Atlanta and they're going to South Carolina. They're going to North Carolina. They're going to Virginia. And if they so like it, they're coming on down to Miami and Florida and Orlando. There's no reason to even go to Orlando. Like, really, melanated people, like, we really got to get on this course. Yeah, melanated people, we really got to start putting our money together, because I was talking to a group of people on three-way, and I was like, how about we all put $5,000 together and see, can we get us a four house unit no matter where. This was last year. See, I know about them 4 units. You get a 4 unit and you can make wonders out of it, right? And I was like, look, we don't even have to buy nothing in Florida. Everything too expensive in Florida. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere where nobody don't want to be like that, right? And when I told them what their return will be after we escrow everything, because when you have to build, let's say we get a building for 60,000, okay? So that's 12 of us. We get the building for 60,000, and we put 30,000. Let's say we put 40,000 in the building. We're gonna make it even. So 12 people, $100,000, okay? And we renting those. Let's just say we in some little country ass town. So we renting each apartment for 650 to 700, like that. That first year, we don't pocket any money. We just put all the money up for the expenses of the building, like escrow, maintenance, a realtor company or somebody who's gonna be renting them out, insurance, and rainy day money. And then after that first year, the second year we'll start to see something. Or we don't have to see anything. We'll make the money and bank all the money and buy another property. But I was talking to these people and they was like, see, I didn't understand that I wasn't talking to business savvy people. So they didn't want to hear nothing about that. They was like, my money not gonna return fast enough, this, that, and the other. I said, well, what are you doing now to flip your money? You know what I mean? So it's like I haven't had time to spiritually attract those business savvy type people that want somebody to actually just work on their own thing. Like, I just haven't had it. I haven't had time to do it. But enough of that. So yeah, like, people are herding to Florida. They got the billboards posted up, especially the mayor of Jacksonville telling people to come to Jacksonville. Okay. You got all the investors buying up everything. And then I'm sitting here looking like, man, it's sad. I'm like looking at my contact list and I'm like, nobody on my contact list own a home. And I've owned a home since I was 21 years old. And I'm sure all these people done spent $1 million in their lifetime. Or damn near had $1 million in their possession. Like they're late 30s, 40s, early 60s. Like these people done had $1 million and they don't own nothing. And when you're trying to invest or you want people to invest $5,000 or $10,000 in a corporation or something, like these people are like, man, my money not gonna come back fast enough. They'd rather give the money away. That's even if they have it saved, right? They'll give the money away instead of saying, this money will help me 3 or 4 years from now. You know what I mean? They're not doing it. They're not doing it at all. Like, when it comes down to legitness, I'll probably be the most legit person they'll ever meet when it comes down to having a return 3 or 4 years later compared to the baby mama, baby daddy drama, scheming each other, playing with each other's heads and emotions, and never coming to any type of satisfaction of flipping their money. But it's weird though. It's really weird what we're coming to. So the whole topic of the story is Gotham City coming down the eastern seaboard to Florida. And these are investors. These investors are buying things full price and overpriced because they money long, they money old, and they're buying it up. They're buying it up before the people from Gotham City are smart enough to come down and buy. Because they know those people that's coming from Gotham City just want to rent. That's all they want to do is rent. They don't want no responsibility. They don't want to be around no bugs, no mosquitoes. They want to be in a building that's airtight and sealed. I'm telling you, these people, they don't want to be out there. Man, they don't want to be exposed to nature, and they are making it. They're building the place up for them, too. They're buying stuff up for them, too. And there's this beautiful area, I mean, majorly beautiful area that Jacksonville has the zoning for it is nothing but warehouses and factories. Like they're not putting no homes in these areas. They're like, this is only zoned for factories. I'm like, wow, the zoo right down the street. Like, and you want to put more warehouses and factories over here. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, they getting them ready. They getting them ready, and you see a lot of entrepreneurs buying up little spots downtown. You really do. And you know, it's going to be a different spirit. It's going to be a different change. It's going to be just like Atlanta or Houston or California. And like I say, I'm one of these people too. Like you go to places and you're not from there and then you see the locals and the locals are so confused and and they have no clue that people came in buying up the area. Like they have no clue they're doing it. They're just straight oblivious to investors buying up the area. Anything available. I mean, anything available. They're saying they got 3 and 4 offers on it. Like, there used to be a time when you could just buy a home. It's listed, it's at its price. You can bargain with the people, go down about $10,000. Now, You see a home listed at a price, you got to go up $30,000, $40,000. Yeah. So I say, you know what? Mobile home it is. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then I was looking for, I called a few real estate agents looking for contractors that can build block homes. But this one real estate agent said he was a broker and he was like, oh, building a home, that's totally up to you. I don't do that. Like, really? You don't know any contractors? That's what it's all about. Finding land, letting the contractor know so he can put up the homes and you sell the homes. You know, that's what I was raised knowing about. I don't know nothing about that other stuff. Um, but yeah, the shift is real. And then the spirit gonna be different. That Seminole spirit is gonna be different, y'all. You know, but it's gonna be different. There's a different mentality and stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm really begging the people that buy the Teslas. Like, I don't have a problem with Tesla. I believe everybody should work off electricity, but it's a bunch of bull crap. Let me tell you something. The same way you can use a water wheel to power a city, the same way the batteries can charge themselves by the car rolling, right? Why would you have a electric car, but you got these people governing and controlling you, and they won't let the wheels that are rolling down the road charge the battery? But all our lives, they've been using water wheels and rivers to store and accumulate electricity in a city. But they won't let your four wheels on your car generate power to store electricity in the car. It doesn't make sense. It's a bunch of games. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of games. Like, why would somebody have to drive down the highway 2 or 3 hours and charge their car up every 2 or 3 hours just to get from LA to Florida? It doesn't make sense. It's stupid. Okay. So, like, who does a Tesla car really benefit? Does it benefit a person who has to travel from state to state? No. It only benefits a person that is locally in a city. Do you know how many people sell their Teslas once they get to a city that's not eco-friendly for a Tesla? And then if you got to charge up your car every 2 hours going on a 3,000-mile trip, how does that benefit you? It doesn't. So, you know, you got all these fashion statements, all this uppity bull crap that doesn't benefit anybody. It's actually like a scam because why aren't you letting the tires charge the batteries? Why do somebody have to buy electricity? The car should cost enough. Why the car don't run off solar panels? You get what I'm saying? Y'all so bright, y'all so smart, but the damn car don't even run off solar panels. Anyway, yeah, Gotham City is in full effect. If you want to know why the spirit is different, people gonna be looking at you like you're slow and don't know nothing and ain't nothing. I told you it's gonna be a lot of scheming and bullcrap going on. A new type of trickery. Hmm. A new type of trickery. So Yeah, there we have it. Just be mindful. In whatever city you live in, if you feel like something's off, trust me, something's off. They're herding in foreign people. Yeah, we're not even gonna get on the foreign people buying up everything. Foreign people bringing cash, buying up everything, creating whole communities. And then you got these corporations moving. The pandemic was really a scam-demic. It was just to get these corporations to move in cheaper areas. I remember that meme that said, "You people that moved to Atlanta shouldn't come." They rent was $1,000. Now they rent 1,700 and 2,200 and 2,500 for some mediocre stuff. And they're like, y'all making it bad for people. Yep. Them people getting out of them northern cities. Them people getting out of them northern cities. Yep. They getting out of them northern cities. And they money much longer. That's why these investors are hurrying up buying all the houses and stuff and all the buildings they can buy so they can continue to rent to these people. They're getting a foothold in so they can rent and have like a lifestyle that these people remember up north. I'm telling you. That's crazy how the investors like, let's hurry up, let's hurry up. Let's buy up everything because they're going to be ready to rent and we got to continue to make our money off them. So they done got legalized and everything to buy and sell out of Florida. Oh, another thing, real estate agents, like the regular ones, the ones that just got out of school and stuff, they ain't selling no houses. Every single house a real estate agent has showed me, I mean a used house, not a new build, has 4, 5, and 6 offers. And these offers on these houses ain't even people trying to live in them. They're investors. Long money, old money, new money. The house is already overpriced. The house ain't worth but 100,000, 120,000, and they're buying them for 250,000, 300,000. So y'all, if y'all don't know how to invest, you don't even have to have real estate license to buy, okay? You do not have to have real estate license to buy property, land. I'm telling you, y'all need to try to figure something out. Even holler at me and be like, Sky, let's go in. Let's do something. Let's create a corporation. Let's create a some type of enterprise. Let's buy because they doing it. They're literally racing down here, buying up everything So they can give these people a northern experience once they get down. Okay. That is crazy. That is crazy. Now, the local people can't afford nothing. Everybody approved for a FHA and a conventional loan, and there are no houses available. None. No houses available. Ain't that crazy? Investors buying everything. And why would you buy a house that's above market value, and then if the market collapse, you looking crazy with a house that's upside down? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, just be mindful. I've really been thinking about leaving Florida. The To modify my land that I bought, my lot, I had to pay 15,000 for tap fees. Tap fees mean they are going to connect sewage and water to my lot. And it costs $15,317.20. So I've been thinking like, yeah, I really do want me a brick house, a block house. I really don't want a mobile home because that mobile home I'm gonna want to brick it up. I'm gonna want to block it up, right? And or stucco it, something. I want it to be solid. And I was also thinking like I could take my time and get the pipes and the sewage and water ran first. That's 15,000. Then get a contractor to come out there and run the pipes and water and let him see the plans that I have so he could put down the foundation of the house. So it'll just be foundation with sewage pipes and water pipes up out the ground with the electrical coming up out the ground on the house, right? And then when I run across some more money, get the house walls built